Hi Coro Stories! Today I had the very first Coro Story interview with one of our Coro Storytellers. Her name is Irina, or her original name is That Lviv Girl from Lviv. And she was so kind to tell us a little bit of her journey to Coro Stories, a little bit why she started her vlog, and it's gonna be super amazing because she is going to tell us a little bit about the whole startup scene and projects that are actually going on in Lviv right now, which is a city I've never been to. Maybe you have never been to as well, so stay tuned. Okay, let's start. So, it's Julius from Coro Stories with That Lviv Girl from, surprisingly, Lviv in Ukraine. And we are super happy to have you here with us today. And to talk a little bit about your vlog and how you met Coro Stories. So, right from the beginning, what led you to start this vlog in the beginning?
Because I like my city, I know English, and so I wanted to present my city to the world using my own unique experience and my own unique personality and my own unique voice. My life is really, it's really rich, and so I go to TEDx talks, I go to hackathons, and then I go to fashion shows, and then I organize speed-friending events. So I have a lot to offer and a lot to show, and so I thought it will be interesting to make a vlog about it.
That is very interesting. How did you, a quick question, how did you start with the hackathon thing? What led you to do hackathons?
Well, I was doing marketing for a private medical office, and it was just beginning in Lviv, this clinic. And so my job was just to introduce it to different social circles, and IT was one of our potential sector which we wanted to serve. And so, yes, we met different IT companies, and then I went to do the hackathon, and that's how I met a lot of people.
Great. And you you said to me previously that the startup scene is pretty big in Ukraine. Why is that?
I think it's because of our analytical mindset and our schooling that teaches us. It gives us the mindset that is the best for programming. So we have guys and also girls who do programming because it's easier for us to grasp these complex terms. Like we have really complex subjects starting from early grades.
Got you. And this analytical thinking leads you to do that. Okay, I got you. I met you originally with your vlog, and you were talking about COVID and the city of Lviv. So what led you to talk about this topic in Lviv?
Because I organize social events, speed-friending events, and exactly February 14th was my last event. Yeah, because I was organizing social activities and I had to stop them.
Got you. How is the overall situation? Is it on lockdown, or are people allowed to go out? I don't know. Like, people could watch your Coro stories, so they knew, but maybe you give us a little update on this.
Actually, until today, we had a strict quarantine, but now government will be relaxing, so we'll be allowing people to do more things, like walk in the park. Our numbers are not so terrible, but we should always be cautious. And I don't think that we can handle a mass outbreak in the country, so we should really just try to prevent the spread.
Yeah. I had a talk with a friend yesterday, and he said what's so unusual about this is how easy people adapted to the situation, like that they just accepted that they basically have to stay at home from one day to the other, and they are just like, okay, this is the situation now. It's like in every country, you know, and they just did this all around the world without questioning if this is good or not good. They just did it. And I think that's very unique. But with the sickness being out, which is dangerous for everyone, people do this.
I think that media and social opinion leaders, they successfully communicated this message to help us understand the seriousness of this.
I agree. Yes, very much so. All right. And what did you think when I first contacted you via a comment on YouTube? What was your first reaction?
I thought it probably was a spam. I thought you were offering me like a job online. I have a few messages like this, but your legit profile and just you responding with communicating, answering to my questions quickly, and then further communication with you basically made you legit to me. And then also learning about your background and your experience, I just believed, and then the more I followed all the steps, the more I realized that this is an awesome project, and I'm happy.
Awesome. After you discovered the website was legit, how did you like the Corostory concept?
Okay, well, first of all, I started looking at the countries where I want to travel, so Northern Europe. I checked UK, France, and I also checked my neighboring countries. And what I saw was really unique experience of unique people and the way they present themselves, and just sincere conversations that they have with you. So I liked it, and then I also later looked at countries which I'm also interested in, like in the Middle East. And I found my favorite YouTube video. So it really touched me personally.
That's cool. That's so cool to hear you. And when you said you found your favorite video in the Middle East, what was the best Coro story that you found? What is that Coro story?
The best Coro story was the vlog of Israeli mother about education at home. So it was amazing. I want to share it with all my friends, and how she's just so emotional, and how she's not a musician, she doesn't know how to play music, and why teachers don't ask her how she feels, like if this is really overwhelming for her. Taking a sneak peek on her life, and how it changed because of coronavirus and because of quarantine, it was very interesting to me.
Great. Good. Did you show Coro stories to any friends so far? How did they like it?
I want to show this story, so I think I will have to ask you how to do this, to share the link of the website, or...
The best is usually just you do a small video like I did, or you just share the link of the website. I try to provide as many information up front so people know what it's about, but a vlog would be super awesome, or just a snippet of this interview. We can do that. Okay, one more question. How can we make corostories.com more interesting for other Ukrainians?
Well, not all speak English, so providing subtitles in Russian would reach out to more geographical region, if you have the time to do this, because that opens up a whole different market.
Got you.
Opens huge areas for you.
I'll try to do that. Who do you think would be a good partner in the Ukraine for this project? Are there any museums or schools or universities?
Well, it could be schools or universities. Yes, you gave this idea, and I think it's good. Also, maybe news agencies. They are doing projects now for population, like also online schooling, and they invite movie stars to be like students and to study chemistry, and maybe sharing that experience.
Have you heard about the Corostory app?
No.
Okay.
You can tell me.
Okay. So now I'm going to blow your mind, okay? So actually, Corostories, yeah, the whole platform is basically just a layer of an augmented reality app. And what it does is you walk through the streets of any city in the world, you take out your app, you look through the cities, and what you will find are little time capsules. So with the camera of your smartphone, you can just look through the camera and you will see information left at locations. And you just scan the area around you basically, and the information pop up where they are. And that's pretty cool.
They would have to upload this information somewhere on Facebook or on your website or...
Exactly. And we just aggregate this information and make it more useful for people to experience while you are in the area. You don't have to scroll any kind of thingy, but you just look and scan the area basically. And because this is really stupid to do and it feels kind of uncomfortable, we came up with a cool concept basically that your phone informs you and beeps in your pocket as soon as you're close by to anything that you like. The app basically tells you when something cool is out there. So that is basically the long-term vision. When a lot of Coro stories are out there, what we want to do is basically to make this new evolution of the internet.
So it will be like a historical print for the future, right? Like historical.
Exactly, perfect. It's like a live time capsule museum. That's basically what Coro Stories is. And each time capsule which are now recorded will be in the future some history, right?
So it's interesting because I will be a tourist walking around London and I will look how these people were locked down in apartments and like...
And yeah, the app is available and of course free for everybody to use. And it's just another cool aspect of our project. Because if lockdown is still, you know, like not a lot of people are allowed to go on the street, but just like 2-3 people, then you still can see what other people are up to without having to talk to them, without having to actively be close to them, but you can just see what they are up to and you can comment and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool.
I felt like I became like maybe a little bit as a friend to some of these people when I watched when the guy in Los Angeles when he was doing garden or washing a bathtub, I felt like I was just like a friend a little bit to them.
Exactly, because we are all in the same situation. And as I always say, a stranger is basically a friend, maybe, who you just haven't met yet. What we are actively looking for are also other people who just currently, due to this coronavirus, started projects on their own because we believe in what they do. And we are actively actually scouting for people who just have something cool. So if you know anyone who also started something cool right now, we will definitely give him a shout out on any of our small social media and maybe he gets some traction that way. We help each other. That's kind of the idea behind it.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of things going on in my city, so very interesting opportunities there. So how do you manage this global initiative with only 5 people?
Well, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And to be honest, basically it's 2 founders actually, and we have a small team of amazing freelancers who help us. It's that's it. It's just a lot of work.
Well, I also want to comment that from what I've seen, from the videos I've seen, I see that you are uniting people that are motivated, driven, educated, that they know several languages, and they really have something to say, and they know how to film videos and edit them. So that's actually like a really interesting, sector of people.
Right. But it's interesting. We have people from Alaska. We have people from Africa. They are so different, If you were to travel any country after Corona, right? what would be the first country, if you could travel, any country in the world, that you would love to travel?
Well, I want to go to England. Because when I did my speech branding events, my friend from London was helping me, was pushing me to do them for New Year. He pushed me to do New Year event in Lviv. And so I was shadowing his events in London. And then as I was connecting with people, I met people in London who do charity, so feeding the hungry. And then I want to, because I'm Christian, I want to visit a liturgy in Hull, in particular city in England. So I don't like to travel. So when I travel, I do exact things, like social impacting things.
That's a good idea. I've never met anyone who does social traveling.
To Jerusalem, I wanted to volunteer with like people handicapped. They had like an event, so it would be nice to come to a country to volunteer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of mindset does it take to do something like that? I mean, like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, there are different people. There are people who like initiate things, and there are people that are conservative that like stabilize everything. It's different personalities, and they all come together to make it work.
Yeah, I really like that. That's a good idea. That's a good end phrase for this interview, by the way, too. Alrighty. I hope you have a great weekend. You stay healthy, and I hope we can do this again.